I'm super excited for another Monday where we are going to be having a Women in the Metaverse. And you guys see we are in the new WIM studio. Okay, you know we love to see it here. It's growing and having new spaces and space. I've been trying to fair warn you guys that it was coming. I know you see it. We've got space over here. You guys know we got to have the wine for the women. We've got our host spaces and then also a few spaces for us to sit down. We've got a lot in store for all of the women in the metaverse where we're going to be coming together into these amazing spaces, having iron sharpening conversations. Now you guys know not only do we have this space which is token gated for women that have the NFT, which actually looks like this beautiful Lean On Me masterpiece by yours truly, for women that have the NFT. We also have our public space, which is here, the WIM Treehouse, which you can see we've got a few people in there watching this actually being filmed live right now. So you guys see we have set it where if you have an NFT, you will actually be in this token gated space being a part of the conversation. And if you want to just watch and support, you can do so on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, or still here in the metaverse in our general treehouse. So we're very excited. If you want to get an NFT to be an official part of the Women in the Metaverse network, you can visit our Women in the Metaverse treehouse anytime to fill out that Google form in there, and we will airdrop you the NFT, so that way next Monday you can actually be a part of this conversation. And I'm telling you guys, you do not want to miss it because we've got some juicy stuff happening this month. Now for Women in the Metaverse, you guys know we really wanted to take a look at AI because I know this has been a really hot topic for so many, and we haven't had the chance to actually dive into it here in Women in the Metaverse. So this week we are actually going to be doing a live demo, and I've got some really exciting things to show you guys. We're going to go from managing our time, creating the content, actually creating the content, how to post the content, and using AI to help us be the most efficient women in the metaverse that we can be. And then next week, Tiny Creates will be taking over for our mommies in the metaverse, which is going to be amazing. We're going to have a special Mother's Day space that will be out on Sunday, so be on the lookout for that. And then throughout the rest of the week, rest of the month, we'll talk about how AI can protect women in the metaverse and also how it will affect the next generation. So y'all, we gotta go have a seat because we are going to get into it, and it's going to be an interesting conversation today. So I'm very excited. I'm also going to be sharing my screen. I guess I don't have to share it actually here in the space because you guys can all watch and share, see my screen. So very exciting stuff here happening. So okay, let's get into it. So if you are a content creator, right, and you're coming into the metaverse, maybe you're looking at all of these tools and seeing how you can actually use AI in the metaverse to take your content up to the next level. But maybe you don't know exactly where to start. Maybe you have so many ideas and you want this content to really showcase your message and take it to the next level. Well, what we can do is actually use AI to help us get that done. So number one, as a content creator, it really comes down to when you're going physical to digital, I always tell people the physical is just as important as the digital. You can't be 25-75. It has to be 50-50, because if your physical is lacking, then your digital is going to be lacking. You can't pour into this digital space if you aren't pouring into the physical as well. So you want to make sure that you're really focusing and starting on that physical. And so I see Tiny Creates actually just popped into the space, so that's great. I will go ahead and share my screen as we get into this here then. So let me just share my entire screen, which will probably be just the easiest at this point for us in here, Miss Tiny. So we're going to be seeing how we can use AI to help us be the best women in the metaverse that we can be. And Tiny and I have this conversation often about managing our time. I know whenever her and I are talking about a new project, the first thing we're talking about is creating a new schedule that involves having it on our, to-do list and our schedule, because time management is crucial, okay? Because you don't want to burn out. You want to be efficient, especially when you're competing against AI. You have to think about it, right? You are now going against AI, and AI is going to be the most efficient, try to find the most cost-efficient ways, quickest ways, and best ways to get the job done. So you, as a human trying to be in this new, world, needs to be competitive and have that same edge and drive as well. So with that, we're going to use AI to see if it will actually help us with generating some ideas with how we can manage our time. So we're going to start by actually using ChatGPT. So if you've never used ChatGPT, all you have to do, you guys, I do this all the time, I just go to Google, and then I Google ChatGPT. You see it right there, purple, because I do it often. Click on ChatGPT, and then it's this first one right here that says Open AI, introducing ChatGPT. You'll click on it. It'll ask you to log in. You can connect your email address or however you like, and then it takes you right here into ChatGPT. And it's literally that simple. You don't have to download anything. You don't have to do a whole bunch of extra research. You just have to start with Google, which is something most of you should be comfortable and have been doing for a while now. So once you actually make it onto ChatGPT, then you're going to want to ask it a question, right? So we're going to ask it a question and say, okay, and I always am over here using hello and please, but you definitely don't have to, because it is just a robot or AI. And so I would say, hello, please help me create a schedule for my day that would outline how I can balance chores, homeschooling my child, building in the metaverse, and time for self-care. Now, the cool thing is, okay, so I'm going to just put that out there, right? Because that's my first idea. I have this idea that I want to figure out a schedule for my day. And you see, before I even had to specify how I want it broken down, you can see how AI has already started to put the times out there for you at every hour. And so now we're going to see what it says we can do in order to be able to balance our chores, homeschooling, and building in the metaverse, and self-care. Because for me, when I think about being a woman, it's like those are those few areas of focus, right? Chores, making sure my house is in order, cooking, cleaning, homeschooling, make sure I pour that same amount of energy into my kid, because they're who, this is all for. Also building in the metaverse, because, that's going to be for generations. And then also taking care of myself. And so when you look at yourself and you pinpoint a few different areas of focus, then you can go from there. So AI goes to say, okay, first you want to wake up and stretch and prepare for the day. I will say that is something that's really important. Don't just wake up and just jump into work. Really, how AI said, for that first 30 minutes, really just wake up, stretch, prepare for the day. I know Tiny is in the house, so I'll kind of speak for her because I'm not sure if she can unmute at all. But she says she's always super polite as well. But one thing that Tiny has found that works for her is drinking one of her favorite teas in the morning, right? That's something that I myself as well do. I have a bunch of different journals. Sometimes I like waking up in the morning and writing on my journals. I have one for my dreams, if I remember my dream, or one with daily affirmations, and just something to just get me up, relaxing, getting my brain moving, kind of dumping everything out. Sometimes I'll look at my calendar and again just really start to reassess what I have to do for the day. And then let's get into it. So next it's make breakfast, then start homeschooling. again, right off the rip, starting focusing on that physical first, okay? And I'm just putting out some big gems that I see AI is putting in here that I want you as women that's in the metaverse creating content to think and take home as well, right? Because I know when I grew up, one of my stepdad would always tell me, do what you have to do first, so then you can do what you want to do, right? But if you try to start by doing what you want to do, then you're always going to be over here thinking about what you have to do and trying to rush what you want to do. But if you take that hour or two in the beginning to just get it done, now you got the rest of your day to do whatever you want to do. So again, start your day the same. Make that breakfast, homeschool your kids, pour into your kids or yourself, or maybe you work first thing in the morning, right? Because everybody's schedule looks different for them. And it's really interesting that this AI schedule looks kind of similar to what I do. So it looks like they go on for about an hour and a half, then they have a break, stretch, relax, and then they resume homeschooling for about another hour and some change. And then they finish and get into some chores, and then take a break for lunch, and then do something like yoga, which is interesting. I haven't thought about like a midday. Actually, sometimes I do take a midday shower, which is like random. That is like my random refresh. I'll just all of a sudden be like, you know what, let me just go take a shower, kind of regroup, and then get into something else. But again, ways that we can think about that, right? Do all of our physical first, and then have a moment to breathe. Yoga, something that we enjoy, where we say, hey, these are the things that I'm trying to balance. How can I add this into my schedule to balance it all? And then you can continue on to your chores from there, take a break, engage with your child again, have another activity. Again, AI, I'm proud of you, because that is such an important key right there. After having that first initial homeschool activity, coming back with your kid for another activity. Because if you got kids, you know, after like 2 hours, they're going to be back with another activity. And so we do usually have that second period where we're back outside or doing some type of physical or like some type of crazy activity at that point. But again, at least coming back, refocusing on my kid, doing an activity, and then getting into the metaverse, finishing building in the metaverse, starting to prepare dinner, and then having time just for dinner, having time just for the family, and ending the night engaging in family activities, and then also having time to wind down again with another book, self-care activities, or something with going to bed on time. And so you guys see how easy this was for me. And I think at the end it says here, keep in mind that this is just a sample schedule. You can modify to suit your needs and preferences. Also make sure to be flexible and adjust your schedule if needed, as unexpected things can come up during the day. So why I wanted to start with this activity is because this is one of the activities I actually love doing. If you ever have like a workshop with me, I usually start by saying, hey, let's reassess your time. Because also, although ChatGPT broke it down in hours right here, you really start to maximize your time when you break it down into minutes, right? When you break it down into 15-minute intervals and 30-minute intervals, because you start to be able to get a lot more done within that day as well, when you have a lot more specific activities that you can do. But we won't get into that now. I just want to show you guys how you can use ChatGPT for something even like figuring out how to balance your schedule and starting there. Okay, so now we have our schedule. We know exactly what we have to do. We're set for the week. Now we actually have to get into our content. Now, for the sake of this example, I'm going to act like I'm just a new person that's in the metaverse. I see these awesome spaces. I created this beautiful studio, this beautiful WIM studio, and I want to actually start having a podcast, right? So I have this idea that, hey, there's the metaverse. I can go in there and film and create content for YouTube, and I can finally be this YouTuber because all of us can now, thanks to this technology, and I'm ready for it. So I have to get into it. So I can, again, still using ChatGPT, ask it for ideas, right? So say if I didn't have a topic for today, and I wanted to start there with saying, okay, I'm going to have a podcast that is for women in the metaverse, but now I need a topic today. So I will ask ChatGPT, topics for a podcast podcast to inform women in the metaverse. I'm just going to keep it real simple like that, and let's see what it says. So number 1, understanding the metaverse, opportunity and challenges for women in the metaverse, navigating identity and authenticity in the metaverse, diversity and inclusion in the metaverse. So you see, the take that AI went with it is very much focused on just the metaverse, and then how we are women operating within those things. So again, creating and curating the content in the metaverse, gaming and esports in the metaverse, the future of the metaverse, again, which are some great topics, right? Because even as this being women in the metaverse, that's a great idea, ChatGPT. Just as we spent an entire month this month just talking about AI, maybe next month I can now use this list to pull 4 different topics, to have 4 different topics about the metaverse. And now I've got a whole month of content, and then I can take it even further and say, okay, so now maybe I want to go with this topic that says building a career in the metaverse, skills, education, and networking. So maybe I want to take this one and I'll say, okay, please help me come up with points for the episode that is focused on, and I'm just posting exactly what I just pasted up there, that's focused on building a career in the metaverse from skills, education, and networking. So now I'm just asking it to expand on what it just gave me. So now it is giving me some talking points for an episode that is going to be focused on building a career in the metaverse, which will focus on the most in-demand skills, how women can leverage existing in these skills, how women can network and find job opportunities, how women can negotiate a fair pay and equal opportunities, and what kind of career advancement opportunities exist in the metaverse. You guys are starting to see, right? And again, how I can use that. Say I wanted to say, okay, well, what are the most in-demand skills? I can again copy that question as you guys have seen me do this, and then post it right here, and I can literally ask ChatGPT the same exact question. And the really cool thing that I really like about ChatGPT is that this is all one thread. So it remembers everything that we're talking about. So it knows right here we are focused on creating a podcast for women in the metaverse. So everything that it's doing is going to be geared to helping us create content for that. And so as you can see, it is going into deep details here with some of the most in-demand skills, such as technical skills, and then explanation about what that includes, including Python and C++, VR and AR, creativity and design skills, communication and collaboration skills. And again, you see it has what the skill is and an explanation for you to support that and go from there. Okay, and then I also like ChatGPT because then not only does it give you what you need, but it tries to give you a little oomph to help you again continue to go from there. So it also says how you can develop these skills, right? And it talks about the different ways of educating. So now you guys see, just from me spinning, that was 1, 2, 3 questions, I was able to come up with 10 different topics for my podcast. That would be 2.5 months minimum of episodes using these topics that are provided. I showed you how you can take one of these topics and use it to ask ChatGPT that exact question to produce the entire episode, and how again you can use the content from what it gave you to even expand in the episode. Because again, you just want to use this as your guidelines. If you guys hear me using ChatGPT for some of my own podcasts, it's usually again it's just a few points, and then I'm using it to expand or try to entice conversation from others that are watching. So we've got our episode, we've got our first episode that is going to be about building a career in the metaverse. We've got all of our topping points, and now we actually have to tell people about it, okay? Because we've got our space here in the spatial metaverse. We've used AI to come up with our topics, and now we actually have to use AI to create something to help us promote it. So if you guys haven't seen it, let me put a pause right there before we continue on to creating some more juicy content. Let me check in with our viewers and see if anybody has any questions, thoughts, or concerns just yet. Let me check back in on the treehouse. Oh, welcome, welcome. I'm glad to see we've got a full house. Queen Hazel and Boogie. Woo, woo. Welcome, welcome. Also, Boogie, I know that I was able to drop the Women in the Metaverse NFT to you. So if you do click on this link over here by the flyer, then you will actually be able to make it over to the WIM Studio. And Queen Hazel, if you fill out the Google form, you will get an NFT and be able to make it to the WIM Studio next time as well. But we definitely appreciate you guys for being here. Feel free to drop your thoughts in the chat. You guys see I will pop back over and definitely read it. But this is one of the ways that we have set where you have to be a holder of the NFT to be able to be in our live streaming studios. And then we have our public spaces for you to watch it and enjoy, which is being streamed on YouTube, and that's how you see it in there. So let's get back into it, because I haven't seen anybody ask questions. So I'm thinking you guys understand very clearly how to find ChatGPT, how to use it to ask questions to help you start generating those ideas. You guys see we even use it to help us start figuring out how to balance our own schedules to generate our ideas. And now we want to figure out how to actually start generating this content. Now, if you guys have seen, as I told you, this NFT here that I actually minted for those to actually come and access this space, I used AI to generate that art. Right? This logo I did have to create myself, because sometimes AI don't necessarily get what you want, especially when it comes to letters. But again, it's because it's for you to start. If you look at this flyer here again, that background picture is generated by AI. So you can see how I was able to create a picture and use that as my flyer. So I'm going to show you guys a few of these tips, because we got a few coming on here. So we're going to go to Midjourney for this version of AI. Let me see here, because Spatial has not been friendly with me, so it looks like I'm gonna have to refresh my studio. So and as you guys can see here, this is the picture I was just saying I generated, and you guys see my prompt was very simple. All I asked for was an abstract painting of flowers that have vibrant pops of pink, purple, and green, and I was able to generate this beautiful picture. So again, we're looking for a flyer, right, to get people into Women in the Metaverse. So whenever you want to use Midjourney, this has been my favorite prompter for generating AI art. Your first 25 prompts are free, and then it is like $10 a month for 200 images a month. But for someone like myself who creates lots of NFTs, lots of arts, lots of spaces, it's definitely worth it, because it helps my process so much. So if, like I said, I'm in here to create content for Women in the Metaverse, I'm going to use Midjourney, which you have to also connect to Discord. This won't be a information on how to connect Midjourney to Discord, but I've got plenty of how-to videos if you guys do need to start there. But once you do have your Midjourney bot in Discord, all you have to do to interact with it is hit /imagine. And now we can put anything that we want to imagine. So usually I like to put black women, because I like to see some culture. Otherwise, if you just put women, you will start to see the biases in AI. Like, just do like the normal vanilla. I don't say vanilla to mean white necessarily, but I mean like basic, right? It's just like John Smith. Like, if this is what people think is the general, that's what it's going to go with. So usually for me, I try to add a little culture or like my general things that I like to see. So for something like this, I would say imagine black women in the metaverse talking and filming a podcast. And I like to just, put it out there. Try to let AI get a little creative when you're first getting used to it. Just put your thoughts out there. I also like to include the color schemes. That is one that I found was really easy to start adding to my AI art to start getting a lot of the better results that I wanted, where maybe it wasn't the exact style, but if you got the right colors, I can work with it. And then I also started to learn more styles of art that I like as well. So usually I go with like pink, purple, and green for women in the metaverse. That's the colors I decided would be great for this series. And then I'm just going to press enter. And then I'm going to let Midjourney do the rest here with generating some type of picture. If I wanted to get really specific, I could. But again, AI, you're just going to put it in and see what you get. So there is some type of like magic that happens as you're waiting to see what AI is going to do with what you put in there. Even when you guys see we put in the word prompts, right, to see what it was going to give you back, it's always really interesting. And I feel like when you do the pictures, there's a bit of a magic that happens there. So this one is taking a bit longer to actually start generating. I think it may be because I'm streaming, got 2 metaverses open and a few different things happening, but here we go. It popped right up there. So we can see here are the pictures that it gave us. So we have a few different variations here. So far I'm saying I kind of like these. I like these a little bit. So maybe I was feeling like maybe I wanted to see a different variations of them, right? So I like this one at the top, so maybe I'll see a variation of one where they're going to show me something similar, and then maybe I like 4 as well. We'll do a variation of 4 because again, this doesn't have to be super big, but again, just to show you guys how AI, you can do different variations, right? So I like that one, and now it's going to show me different variations of that one that I like. And then this is that magic that I was saying, where you can kind of see AI making it, and you're like guessing and waiting to see how it's going to come out. And so now we can see here with the different variations, right? So it's different style hair, different style eye, and I can have more of a, which one do I want to go with? And this is why I like the different variations, because you see, even something as simple as where the hand is or how the eyes are make all the impact in these kind of pictures, right? Because this one, obviously, it looks kind of funny, right? Where this one is like, oh, okay, something looking. But this one is obviously our all-star. So I'm just going to take a screenshot here to make it simple for me right now. And then we also see here, this is another version as well. So maybe from this one, I like this one at the bottom also. So I liked number 4 for each of those. And then if you didn't like that, you can always try your prompt again. Specify. Maybe you want them laughing, right? Giving them different adjectives to be doing in your picture, but trying different things. You'll get all different results each time you put the prompt in. So don't hesitate, but give it a try. And you guys see how, again, I used that same prompt, but got 2 different kind of variations. And so from there, once I have this picture, one of my favorite AI tools that most people do not know as AI is actually Canva. And so I love using Canva because, like I said, most people do not know that it's already AI generated. And we've been using AI for so long without even realizing it. So once I have my picture, right, and I know my content, I know what this episode's going to be about, I got my picture, but I still need to put a flyer out to the world to let them know that Women in the Metaverse is happening and that they have to listen to this podcast. So maybe I would search Women Podcast here in the templates. So searching that, you can see how Canva use my AI to give me plenty of templates right here, where I can see so many different styles that all I would have to do is add my picture to, right? And so what I mean by that, say for example, if I liked this style, for example, right? This is just something simple. It talks about the podcast, where I can just tell people to go listen. So I would see this is my picture. I'm going to open this up so I can actually drop my pictures over in here. So it's going to be in my screenshots. and your picture will be wherever you saved. Again, this is not really a how to use it, but more so how to use it to generate your own ideas. But you guys see, I have my saved picture right here that I just used from AI. I would take that, put it into Canva, and then I'm gonna put this right here as the back of it. And y'all look what we got going on right here. Okay, new episode of we got our women in the metaverse. Okay, y'all see what we got going on over here. We're gonna first of all make that smaller because that's big as hell. Oh, that's extra big now. 100. Okay, women in the metaverse. Bam. New episode. Bam. Every Sunday at 7. Bam. And that's done. All I had to do was pick a template. Y'all seen? All I had to do was search everything I was looking for. I was looking for women podcasts, and Canva gave me plenty of templates that I can use and could have used to add my picture to, customize the words, and now I can download that and share it across social media to let people know that a new episode is out. I could have customized it to say, hey, come and be a part of the live recording. If it was an event, to start sharing. I could have added the sound bit behind it, so you may have been able to hear a little clip of it. But again, you guys see how AI is getting these processes started. It's helping us become efficient women in the metaverse. So instead of it taking me all day to come up with ideas, write an outline for the whole month, create contents for each of those ideas, write out my talking points, create my flyers and my pictures for each one, which again takes hours of work to really create that content. But now you can use AI, who again understands exactly what you're looking for. You can keep building on and keep asking for it to give you stuff to start with, and then build on top from there. It cuts off half the time right there. And again, that's what's going to help us be the most efficient, because when we're building in the digital, like I said, half of our life is in the physical, so we really only have half of the time. Oh, sorry, Tanya. I see you said you lost my voice there. Okay, perfect. So I just unmuted. Sorry, my screen was being a little funny. But again, you see, most importantly, what I was just saying is you want to be optimizing your time, so it takes you half of the time to get these things done when you have that AI support to help you get started on some of these things, right? Because we all know what happens when you start further back. But look at how we can transition and shift that when we use these tools to help us start back further up, right? Or catch up to being right back where we should be to get started, and use these as our advantage to be an advantage in this time. And so that's it, guys. That's all I had today for how to use AI with these live demos. Like I said, I really wanted to tap into ChatGPT because I use that for so much when just asking questions, when asking for ideas. Like I said, even as simple as organizing your time, guys. You can use AI that has, it has the whole internet and order to understand what it's about to give to you, and it's not always right. So of course, double check, use what works for you, but again, it can help you get started with that. So on that note, I'm going to check back in and see if anybody has any questions, thoughts, or concerns about how they would use AI to be the most proficient women in the metaverse themselves. And let me check back in over here on the treehouse. Oh, it's going to make me refresh. Okay, well, while the treehouse refreshes there, Tiny, was there anything else? Because I know you've been in the metaverse and also use AI often, especially to generate a lot of your content. Was there anything that you wanted to add that has helped you or AI has used to make you more efficient in the metaverse? If not, no worries. I'm popping back over here. And to everyone in the treehouse, was there any thoughts, questions, or concerns that you all wanted to add about how AI might be able to help you all as well? It's good to see everyone looking all good. Queen. Hey, girl. Awesome. Well, if not, guys, that will. Oh, wait. Let me see. Oh, wait. Let me unmute myself. Okay.
Hey, Queen. I'm here.
I see Queen. Hey, girl. Awesome. Well, if not, guys, that will. Oh, wait. Let me see. Oh, wait. Let me unmute myself.
Okay. Hey, Queen. I'm here.
Okay, perfect. So I heard everyone just saying, hey. Oh, Queen is unmuting. Okay, perfect, Queen. I'll let you go ahead and add your thoughts.
Hey, Queen. I'm here.
Okay, perfect. So I heard everyone just saying, hey. Oh, Queen is unmuting. Okay, perfect, Queen. I'll let you go ahead and add your thoughts. Saying, hey. Oh, Queen is unmuting. Okay, perfect, Queen. I'll let you go ahead and add your thoughts.
I have a question.
Okay, Queen, go ahead. What's your question? So I got the sound straight. Okay, perfect. Queen, I'll let you go ahead and add your thoughts.
I have a question.
Okay, Queen, go ahead. What's your question? So I got the sound straight. I'll let you go ahead and add your
So
thoughts.
how do I make that? So I have to make an NFT wallet?
Yes. So you want to make a MetaMask wallet.
How do you do that?
I can send you a YouTube video, but it's pretty simple. MetaMask is like one of these wallets. It's like kind of like having a Cash App wallet, right? Where it's like you just have a wallet that you can have funds in it, or you can send funds to and from. It's just for cryptocurrency. And the really cool thing about it is like for Web3, the thing about like when people say Web3, it's literally just like the internet connected to a wallet like that. So when you actually like log into websites, instead of you like logging in with your email, you'll log in with your wallet. So that way you can like right now how you can have like token gated spaces. In the future you'll even see like token gated websites where you can only like access certain pages based on NFTs that you have, kind of thing. And so it's a wallet though that's connected to your browser. So that way when like I say like, hey, if you log into Spatial and you have your wallet connected to it, then you'll also be able to unlock certain spaces because you have that NFT in your wallet. So I'll send you a helpful video from YouTube about how to do the step-by-steps to set up your MetaMask wallet. I can even hang out with you if you need some help doing it. The main thing is when you set up your MetaMask wallet, or when you set up any cryptocurrency wallet, you're going to get something called your keys or your seed phrase. When you first set it up, it's going to be like 12 or 16 different words. And you want to write that down somewhere super safe, not like in your computer, but like in a book or a picture or something that you will never get rid of. And always have just in case, because if you need to log back into your wallet ever, you're going to have to use that seed phrase in order to get into your wallet. And then that's also something you'll never give out. Okay, so that's just the one thing. As you're setting it up, it's going to be like, hey, you set up your wallet, here's your seed phrase. Write that down somewhere safe, and then never give it to anybody. Just keep it for yourself, so if you ever need to get back into that wallet, you got your keys.
Okay. Alright, so you're gonna send it to me today?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you today, so that way you got your so that way I can get your wallet address and then get you this NFT, because I know we got a lot of stuff to do in the future. If y'all don't know, Queen Hazel did audition for a role in Journey to Mo Life, and I ain't trying to say too much, but we got a lot to do, okay? And you're gonna need your NFT wallet as well, because some of the stuff that I haven't really put out there too much, but I'm gonna put out there for y'all is we will be minting each one of our episodes as an NFT. And then they'll be auctioned. Yeah, and so each of you, our main characters that are in it, will also receive royalties forever on that episode as it continues to grow and resell. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we doing some big things over here. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. Okay, we got all these tools. We got all these tools and things we got to be out here using, because royalties forever as we getting started. That's the stuff that we gotta be having, and figuring it out and using. So y'all know that's what we're gonna be out here doing. And so on that note, I did see Tiny also dropped in the chat that she has a text walkthrough as well. That is so true. Tiny did make a walkthrough on how to actually set up your MetaMask wallet. So if you click on that link in the chat, that will also help walk you through all those steps as well.
So I'm on headset. I'm not on my computer or phone.
Okay, I'll send you that link on Instagram then.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Awesome. No, thank you guys for being here. This has been a great chat.
I know. I was like, oh shoot, a free NFT. I'm gonna go ahead and get it. And then I'm like, oh, I can't get it. And then you were saying something about the wallet. I said, a wallet. And then my friend Jim was telling me about the wallet. She don't have one, but she's like, you gotta get an NFT wallet. I said, I don't have none of those.
Yeah, and we usually do like onboarding on Sundays where we try to just open up a space, but maybe we should have more of those just kind of informationals, Tiny, where it's just like how to set up a wallet, because I've definitely had to set up a few more one-on-ones to try to help people and start getting their wallets.
Queen about this for the longest.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
They gonna find out today. I've been trying to get her in here.
Go back on mute. No, go back on mute.
On blast. Let me go sit down.
No, I'm saying go back on mute, but no, it's exciting. And the NFT is so cute. If you've seen it, it's this one that's right here around this corner. So, and I did make a cute little video about how you can import it into your spaces here in Spatial. And it looks like this nice little picture. You know, I try to take it serious, give y'all nice art. Because like I said, we growing for real, you know, so all of these things matter. And y'all matter. Y'all being here matter. And I want to show my appreciation by doing this kind of stuff. And everybody watching matters as well, because we are still live streaming. And you guys see how it goes down on Mondays for women in the Metaverse. You see we're in the studio. We're here in the treehouse. And no matter where you come connect, this is where we want women to feel comfortable to do just that. Learn, ask questions. What are wallets? How to get that? You see, other women got resources, right? Because this is what it's all about. I love to see it right here in your face, because we're doing it, and we're going to be back next Monday doing it again. As I told you guys in the beginning of this episode, because next Sunday is Mother's Day, Tiny Creates will be taking mommies in the Metaverse next Monday, where she'll have a special space for you to come and visit. So make sure you come by.
Yes.
And that's
same time.
Same time, 4 p.m. Pacific time.
I'll be here for the mamas.
Okay, mommy's in the Metaverse, and she's creating some nice stuff in there. It's gonna be a good time.
I'm a mother in the Metaverse.
Okay.
Queen's a mother in the Metaverse. Both our kids been in the Metaverse.
All of our kids been in the Metaverse too, and we're gonna keep bringing more mothers and more kids in here, because that's how we make that change. You know, this is mothers matter in the Metaverse. That's how it started. We started out just for the mothers, and then we were like, you know what, let's open it up to all women. But in our hearts, it's really mothers, because like you said, because then your kids come in here, because that's who this is all for too. So, well, this has been a great combo, everyone. Again, appreciate everyone for following. Perfect. Well, everybody, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Drop any thoughts you have in the chat as well. If there's any other ways that you would like to use AI or see AI in use, drop it in the chat, because you guys know I'm always down for a good demo and trying new things, and we can always do it together. And I see you next week. Peace.
From that chain.